I was like, this is pretty cool that Disney is letting us. They let us know. Bob Iger, I guess, had his
Yep.
meeting, his CEO meeting. 2024, we're getting. As there's some things we already knew, but there's some things we didn't know. Inside Out 2 is coming out this year, but Moana 2,
Which
something
we
that
didn't know.
we knew. This needs to be a movie. It's the same exact scenario that happened with Toy Story 2. Before before Toy Story, you notice that all of Disney's movies, their sequels would always go straight to video back in the day.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But when Pixar made Toy Story 2, they were like, no, we put just as much effort and more in this one than we did the original. You're not going to make this. And they were like, they broke that tradition.
I'm a little worried about Toy Story 5 coming out. I am of the belief.
Interesting.
I'm of the belief that Toy Story probably should have stopped at 3. I think that's a beautiful ending. That's how it should have ended. That storyline should have ended there.
Right. And that's very interesting that you said it. Joy, do you agree with that?
I saw one. I've seen 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so a lot of people said the exact same thing when Toy Story 3 was announced. People said it was a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
It tied it up.
Yep.
And then what happened?
I liked 4 was okay, but I would have been
not just it. It was a $1 billion movie.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about from my perspective of watching the movie. Like 3 was a substantial hit. It was an emotional hit. It ended in a way that every parent experiences things, and you resonated and you related to it. And then 4 was good, but it didn't have that same effect. I'm worried about 5 in that aspect because of what the premise of the storyline is supposed to be. It seems just unrealistic.
But they built on it built on the story. So the point is, if there's still a story,
I'm not basing this off of the money it makes. I'm basing it off of the storyline. I do not think the number 4 storyline.
But there's people that might disagree. There's
I agree
people
that
who
there's
thought
people that
the same thing that they wouldn't. And then when they saw it, they were like, okay, I was wrong. There was because people were like, they tied it up so well, there's no more story they can tell.
It's not that there's no more story. That's not what I'm saying. There are many, many movie franchises that continue to make movies that I think should have stopped a long time ago, and they continue to make all the money in the world. That does not mean that I think movies that I would have loved to have continued.
So but you think because of let's say for all we know, let's say if the story that happened in 4 was what happened in 3.
Then I would have loved 4.
You would have been like, no, we need to.
No, I would have thought 4 should have been the ending. The way that the storyline happened with 3 and what happened.
You just think everything that happened in 3
should have been
an
conclusion
ending
of that story, because what I think they're doing now, like with what the premise that I've heard that 5 is about.
Have you heard a premise?
Yeah, I heard the premise.
What do you got?
The rumor is that Andy's an adult. He's wanting to find.
Andy was an adult in 4.
Listen. He's having children. He is wanting to find his old toys for his kids. But he wants to find his exact old toys. I don't think that's a realistic premise to resonate with.
No, that would make Andy an asshole.
I think that
he gave those toys to that girl because he was going off to college.
But
if that rumor is true,
that's what the rumor is.
If that rumor is true, Andy's an asshole.
And then I'm going, what parent on this earth is going to go spend all this time to find their exact toy that they gave away that's in the world?
I'll say Andy's if that's true, I'll say Andy's an asshole unless that little girl who was just like Andy when he was that same age, and when she grows up, she might not have the same attachment to them that Andy had. Now, if she grows up and goes, I don't care about these toys no more, but Andy is older and he still does, he wants them back, then that's fine. Which is probably if that's true.
Yeah. Then yeah, but to go and try to search for something to
she's a teenager by now.
Yeah.
She puts it on eBay.
And it's not that I probably won't go see it. I will most likely go see this movie.
Which proves my point.
And
they should have stopped it, but she's gonna go see it.
But I have kids. Of course I'm gonna go see it. But it's underwritten. Nobody talks about it fondly.
And it's exactly because it did what it did, and people kind of like moved past it. I honestly feel like Moana I'm not gonna say underrated, but should be more overrated than it get more credit than it does.
I do think that it should get more credit than it does. And I think Zootopia was the same way.
I think I do too.
I think that it's undervalued for what it is, and it was actually a really good movie and funny.
I think on a second watch, people who like doubted it when they watch it the second time, they changed their mind. They go, okay, I see why this made $1 billion.
Yeah, no, it was comedically wonderful and had great like things for adults to enjoy, which I really, of course, appreciate as an adult who has to watch the same movie over and over again.
It had there was a moment in that. I remember when all the animals were churning. That's some scary. Just like Toy Story 3, there's some really dark elements.
Well, Toy Story definitely has some dark elements, especially in 3.
Yeah, toys coming to life and killing you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Andy, like, not Andy. Well, Zed. What was it? Zed. Yeah, he deserved that.
Just like some of the emotional concepts that they put in there, which is also why I loved Inside Out so much. I think it's such a beautiful thing to do for kids, to give them an outlet to understand emotions that they don't understand, and to put something that's tangible that they can understand and give them that tool to figure out their emotions and figure out what's going on.
You said tool.
Because that's what those are. Those are tools that they utilize to understand emotions, and I think that's brilliant. And needs to be done more. And so I would watch Inside Out. I watch Inside
2024, 2025. Now moving on to 2026, we have coming out Frozen 3.
I could honestly do without another Frozen, but I know my kids will love it.
I wrote a song a long time ago that I thought would have been perfect for Frozen. Like Disney needs to buy my song. I could sing it for you, but I don't know if you.
The 2 Frozen.
Yeah, I mean I've seen them.
You've seen them,
but
that Frozen 2 didn't have the same impact. That the Let It Go thing, they never recaptured that lightning that Frozen 1. Frozen 2, the movie was good, but on the music side, what songs do you remember from Frozen 2?
Right now, I can't remember anything.
So, but now I ask the same question. What song do you remember from Frozen 1? It's the same answer. Let It Go. That's that one edge.
Let It Go was not the one. It's Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Okay. Do you want to build a snowman?
Genuinely, that would be the song that I was like.
But that still proves my point. That the edge, that the soundtrack at least.
Yeah.
Part 1 kind of had the edge. It was a step down on the soundtrack.
I can give you that. I can see that being the case. I just know that my girls really enjoyed Frozen 2 as much as they did Frozen.
I remember there was that thing that I can't remember. I never mind. I'm gonna embarrass myself trying to sing it. But
that's Inspired by Joy.
That's that. I think I earned another shot of the good stuff. I decided to pour it up. So guys, I turned 44 years old today.
Happy
I put my
freaking birthday!
Right there. Yeah, and Joy's putting up what is that? Lemonade? Lemonade. What you got there?